Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of NuStrength Sugar Babes. We have with us today the lovely Lexy. We call Lexy the Tech Unicorn in our program. That's her nickname because she's very good at technology and she helps all the other women in the program when they're struggling with Zoom and all the other platforms, Excel and everything else that we use. So she's pretty amazing. Has even shown me actually a few things. So Lexy, how long have you been in the program now? Has it been 26 months yet, or is it coming up 6 months?
4th of April, so it's 2 days off, I think.
2 days until 6 months. It feels like you've been here forever. It feels longer than 6 months. Time flies when you're having fun. And can you tell the viewer, so Lexy's doesn't have any kids. She is a night manager at McDonald's. Well, she has a kid. It's the cats. The cat. It's her fur babies, just like me, no kids. And so, Lexy, can you tell the viewers why you joined the program? Like, what were the issues that you were having in your life, and like how are they affecting you?
I joined because basically I was never feeling confident just in myself. I had no motivation to do anything outside of work or sitting at home playing games or playing hockey once a week, and I just wasn't happy with myself or in myself, and I just needed to change that. Plus I wasn't eating a lot because I just couldn't get the motivation to do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome. And had you ever in the past, because a lot of women that come into our program, like I know, like a lot of women like me too, you liked a bit of a drink, so you're a bit of a drinker, like many women in our program, and I was the same. What about diets? Have you ever, what did you tried in the past to sort of, like you said, or you weren't happy with yourself and you wanted to get your confidence back? Have you tried any other programs or done anything else in the past?
Not really. My dad tried the Atkins diet a while ago and he got me to do it with, give him somebody to do it with, but I didn't stick to it for very long. I just basically chose to eat what I wanted to eat when I felt like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never really thought of it much, and yeah, I just never went for diets, just didn't really try to eat either.
Well, that's probably, I think, in a way, a good thing because you weren't so conditioned to eat 1,200 calories, which is good. And what about, like a lot of women come into our program. So you said you obviously wanted to get your confidence back, but what about things like your sleep, your mood, your digestion, your menstrual cycle? How are all those things for you?
Well, sleep was always an issue purely because I don't sleep during the night much, and trying to work around work and trying to sleep, it doesn't work too well sometimes. Quality of sleep shit because I was always waking up. Menstrual cycle it's been all right for the last 2 years after I had surgery to get rid of that fibroid, which was great. So that really wasn't an issue or a motivation for me to join. Mood was always up and down, especially at work, because I was really allowing stress to get to me and I wasn't really eating or keeping hydrated at work because I was too stressed. That's wasn't really taking care of myself when I should have been.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a lot of women, they just don't invest in themselves and put themselves first or fill their cup up first. So now that you've been in the program 6 months, talk about the results. What have you seen? Changes in your body, mood, sleep, all that other stuff?
It's all so much better. My sleep, even through the day, is a lot more solid. Obviously, there are periods where I get woken up because I'm on a main street, so I get lots of traffic and school bells and all sorts of crap from across the road, which is great. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, even when I don't get a lot of sleep, it's still pretty solid. I can still wake up fairly refreshed. my mood is just so much better. Everybody at work in the last 6 months is just happy with me, especially my boss. I'm less likely to get irritable at the slightest little thing. Snap at anybody, but it still happens, but that's just me. I can actually now look at myself in a mirror and be happy now. Still got a lot to do, but it's definitely a lot better in my own body. And I've actually started buying even smaller clothes, so I'm happy.
Aww. Yay. And talk about how has it affected your confidence? Like, you talk a lot about that in the program and how it's changed your life.
Yeah, I guess it's more of a I don't second guess myself anymore. I'm happy with my decisions. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm happier with the way I look and the way I feel, and I just feel like a whole new person. I'm just happy to do things and actually live life. I mean, I do spend a lot of time still at home, but that's just because of my hours and all that. But my niece and nephew are much happier too, because they get to get out a lot more and do a lot more stuff.
It is amazing when you actually put good food into your body and you look after yourself, how it really flows on into the other areas of your life. You know, and I think that's why I'm just so passionate about this, because it changed my life, and I think it's changed yours, and it changes so many other women's, because I think you can just attack life so much better when you're just feeling better in yourself. And Lexy, some of the objections that we get from women who are thinking about joining the program, one of them is money. The biggest one is money. And, you know, a lot of women, you know, there's a lot of programs out there, cheap programs. You know, they give you a training program, they give you a diet, and that's it. And we all know that those don't work, because if they worked, we'd all be running around looking amazing. And what would you say to a woman who was like, oh, I don't know whether I should invest this money in myself? Like, has this program, do you feel like you've gotten value for what you invested?
Well, when I started, I wasn't thinking about money until I actually spoke with April and we were talking about it. I live alone. I pay all my own bills. I have debts, which I pay weekly, fortnightly, however often I pay it. And I still found the money to do it. And I would not go back on it, ever. It was the best investment I've done in myself, for myself, in 33 years. I definitely wouldn't go back. I would make the same decision again.
Well, I'm glad you did.
It's as simple as that. It's worth the money. Yeah, it's worth the money, and as you go, it gets easier. You can validate it more as you go, because you see what's happening. You can see how it feels, and the results are there. It's just, you got to make the decisions. Just say yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you did, because now we've got our awesome technology unicorn, which you wouldn't have had if you didn't join the program. And the next one is time. So a lot of women say, oh, I don't have time. Like, how can I'm time poor? You know, what would you say to that?
It's the biggest load of crap. I make time. I may not get to the gym 3 days every week. It's very rare that I'm not there. Usually if something's happened and I haven't been able to get there, but I can still get there. I work nights. I can still get to the gym. I've got days off a week. I'm there at least one of those days. Make the time. It's simple. You've got 24 hours. You only need to be there for an hour and a half.
I think when women say they don't have time, what they're saying is it's not a priority. Because if everyone's got the same time, and, you know, we've got women you and I don't have kids, but we've got women in the program who have 5 kids and they work full time and they study, and they still make time to eat food and, you know, train 2 to 3 days a week. So yeah, I think you've just got to make it a priority. Now, the last one is a lot of women are worried about doing this online. You know, they think, oh God, will I get the support? What's the structure going to be like? You know, what's it been like doing the program completely online? And have you had the support that you needed?
I've had probably more support online than I probably would have in person, because there's usually somebody who's online ready to answer a question as soon as possible. Doesn't take long, and if it does, it'll be first thing next morning. Feedback is pretty quick. I prefer to train alone, purely because I can get stuff done if I'm not fart-assing around with somebody else. And I mean, you guys may not be there, but the information is all there online. Everything is there. Everybody's there. It's just got to know where to look. And stop it. Behave. But being online isn't a restriction. It's actually quite helpful.
Awesome. And finally, if a woman was watching this and she was skeptical and sitting on the fence, she wasn't sure whether she should do it, what would you say to her?
What I want to say is probably not appropriate. Basically, shit will get off the pot. You never know if you don't do it. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
Either say yes and do it and be happy, or say no and keep going on with your miserable life.
That is true. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Yeah. It is one of the best things you can do is invest in yourself, I think.
Yeah. But you have to want to. If you don't want to, just don't. Don't even try. If you're not happy, don't do it. All or nothing.
Try it. Go in. Go in 100% and know that you're going to fail, because everyone fails in our program. That sounds so weird, but it's like they fail forward because you're going to fuck up. You're going to make mistakes, but that's all part of the journey, I think. And progress is never, ever, ever linear. Well, that was awesome. Thanks so much, Lexy, for coming on the show and sharing your experience so far. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and, yeah, you've lost your confidence and you're feeling crappy, then click on the link below, submit a short application form, book in a free chat with one of our coaches, and we'll see if our program can actually help you, because we don't want to work with everyone. We only want to work with women who want to actually take action and learn and grow and invest in themselves. So that was really, really awesome, Lexy. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping that you can get some sleep now. And I'll chat to you in the program.
No worries.
All right. Bye. Bye.
Bye.